From KETK, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Emily, the author of Wife, Mother, Drunk, a memoir recounting her struggles through the years. Good morning. How are you, Emily?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us and coming to speak about your wonderful book.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me, why did you decide to write a memoir?
Well, I've always kind of been a writer, and for this particular book, I got sober and was trying to figure out what happened to me, you know, what was going on, because there was so much stuff to my own story that was just jumbled around and in memories and photographs. So I started the process and it just kept going for about 8 years.
Yes, and so this book deals a lot with, you know, addiction and trauma.
Yeah.
And so what did you discover as you started tracing things back to that?
Yeah, so I come from alcoholic parents, and you know, it's one of those situations where you think you're never going to turn out like your parents, and then I was in this major addiction. But as I started going through the previous generations, you know, we don't use words like addiction or trauma. So after some digging, I just found that there were so many others that had the same situations and the same use of alcohol as, you know, to kind of get through hard times.
Yes, I know we always kind of find those things that help, you know, that helps us get through what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, kind of those little crutches.
Yeah, well, we think it's our answer, and then it becomes our problem.
Yes.
And I think knowing that there was so much history, you know, you kind of start looking at this is why my parents were this way, and then you look back at their parents and how they were raised, and it just keeps going, and, you know, it starts to make more sense.
Yes, really trying to break those generational curses.
Exactly, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
so tell me, you know, how did those expectations placed on wives and mothers really like impact what you were going through?
I think one of them is this this pressure to kind of have it all together and be able to be, you know, the perfect mom and have the clean house and all these sort of things. And, you know, my mom kind of presented that. I didn't really know what was all going on under the surface with her, because people just don't talk about that sort of stuff. And so I turned to alcohol really just to kind of hide my own struggles, to not have to deal with them. And I think, you know, this idea of perfectionism caused me to just feel like a failure.
Yes, I didn't go through exactly what you were going through, but I do. Failure just, the weight's so heavy on everybody.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, we present the best, and then I call it the curse of comparison, where I'm looking at my own situation and, you know, my disastrously dirty car, and other people don't have that, like, you know. So, you know, in a previous generation, housewives, you know, had the Valium stereotype, and now I think there's just kind of like this acceptance of wine to help get it through. Yes,
and so what do you hope readers take away from this book?
Well, I really hope that it kind of shows the inside workings of, you know, what it's like when the line crosses, and, you know, because my drinking was all done with wine, and it's a very, you know, common thing for women to do. But I also hope that people get a greater understanding of how complicated it is, and also maybe it puts some thought into their own history and their own situations. I mean, pretty much everybody knows an addict nowadays that's struggling with something.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much, Emily, for joining us today.
I appreciate it.
All right, and for more information, go to that website right there on your screen.